Next into the arena, we are going to be welcoming the registered Mare carts. What a class. We are going to have 44 entries in this class. We're going to have 4 splits. Our judge is going to be working in a 3-panel system. Once again, we are going to be welcoming those judges back into the arena. Mr. Gerald Allebach, Mr. Ryan Black, and Jason Hansberger officiating. Again, this is where they independently turn in their scorecards. We tabulate those scores, and we will crown your world champion in the registered Mare cart. If you are following through in your program, you will see quite an extensive class, and here they come, ladies and gentlemen. Please welcome the Mare carts into the arena, the first of 4 divisions. All right, the gates are closed. Drivers on the rail at the trot, please, at the trot. And Mr. Wismer is going to be starting our reverse. Ron is going to make that diagonal cut. Starting the reverse, you will see our drivers making the turn into the corners, then pulling to the left, signifying for those horses to find their way on the opposite side of the rail. Again, we are now reversing our first heat of the Mare cart. 60. Victoria, Trevor McEwen, Brookside, or Stillbrook, Willoway, Mullins, Gabe Papoy, and Baird. And down to the walk, please. Walk your entries. And back into the trot, please. All trot on. And Mr. Wismer, you are going to start our lineup. Would you get down to our ring steward, please, starting with the Wismer Clydesdales. Into the lineup, a large class, so pay attention as you find your spot in the lineup, drivers. As I said, this will be the first heat of a total of 4 divisions. We split this in divisions to give them plenty of room to showcase. Our last entry in the lineup, give them all a nice round of applause. In round number 1 of our Mare carts, as I said, in this open division here, we do not back the entries. Our judges simply reviewing them. They will decide from this section which ones they will be seeing back in their drive-off, and then we will work that class. But as of now, they will review each hitch just briefly and watching them working on the rail, studying their action, their movement, their performance. In this class, looking for very feminine characteristics as well, as these are the mares. These are the horses producing our future in our Clydesdale industry. In this class, it was open to the ladies or the gentlemen drivers as long as the horse is the registered mare. We saw the senior division of our mares working in the arena today in the pavilion, crowning our senior champions. Our judges making this decision which group or which horses they are going to see from group number 1. All right, we are going to be opening the gates. Mr. Baird, if you would make your way out to your right. We are going to be dismissing them. As always, I ask that you take them out with a nice round of applause. Some are coming back in for the drive-off. Some are taking their final lap. Imagine the traffic congestion going on the outside. 44 carts working outside, trying to find their way here into the arena. Open to the ladies or the gentlemen. This class would have been tough enough to place, but our judges have 3 more heats that they are going to be seeing. Again, we cannot tell you enough how much we appreciate those sponsors that are listed on the show banners as well as in your show program. All of the levels from the gold and the platinum levels and the team members, everyone here helping to support our show, making it a success. Round number 2, ready to make their way in. And here they come, ladies and gentlemen, round number 2. On the rail at the trot. This is the second division on the rail at the trot. And we are going to be reversing as you make your way around, starting with the fuller entry. You will start our reverse. Down to the walk, please. Walk your entries. And trot on, drivers. Back into the trot, please. We have reversed round number 2 of the Mare carts. Reversed round number 2. And beginning with the fuller entry, we will be lining up. Once you come to our ring steward, we are starting our lineup. Our hitches finding their way into the lineup as they park in the center. Would you please welcome round number 2 of our Mare carts. Our headers coming into the arena, very customary. When you have the cart classes, you can see that the two-wheel carts can easily move quickly from side to side. Those headers stand at the front of the horse just as an insurance policy to assure that that horse stands quietly and does not move around with the cart. As I said, our judges not backing in this division. They are watching the open round number 2. They will decide again who they will see back in for their top drive off. 2 more heats for the judges' review. All three of our all three of our judges have been born and raised in our draft horse industry, whether it was a different breed or the Clydesdales. They all have extensive work with both the halter and the hitch horses. Honored to have these three gentlemen as our official judges. And again, they now are working on deciding who they are going to see back. Logan is starting our drive out of the arena. Again, we are taking them out. We have two more divisions to come in, but thank you for supporting our round number 2. Our third division will be coming in momentarily. Remind you of our banquet this evening and our auction that we are going to have. We have some amazing one-of-a-kind items that will be auctioned off, including an Arctic cooler set in barn wood with the World Clydesdale Show logo on the front. We have a beautiful mirror with the World Clydesdale Show logo on it. We have My 50 Years of Clydesdales by James Kilpatrick, the book that is brought to us from Scotland. That is a great treasure for the people that love the history of the Clydesdales. Just a few of the items that will be auctioned off at tonight's banquet. Round number 3 now making their way in. On the rail at the trot, please. On the rail at the trot. And Miss Margot is going to start our reverse in the corner, starting with the Carson Farms entry. We are reversing round number 3. Round number 3 now making the reverse for the Mare card. And down to the trot, please. I'm sorry, down to the walk, please. All walk. And now back into the trot, working on the rail at the trot, please. And Miss Margot will start our lineup when she gets down to our ring steward. We're going to be pulling this section into the lineup, starting with the entry of Carson Farms. And our drivers pulling into the center of the lineup, would you give them a nice round of applause as we celebrate our third division to our cart class. These again are the registered mares. They are producing the future of our draft horse industry. Producing the foals, wearing the harness, coming out in our performance class. Truly the all-around horse in our Clydesdale division. This is our third of 4 rounds. One more section for our judge. All of our judges going to see one more group. Our registered mare cart class, sponsored by JW and McIntyre and Bander and Stud and Livery. Victoria McCullough of Chesapeake Petroleum adding premiums to this class as well. So we want to thank our friends from across the pond for sponsoring our mare cart, as well as Chesapeake Petroleum. On deck will be the open tandem class, followed by the registered mare tandem, and then the cart with the horse bred and owned by the exhibitor. We have 3 more classes before our evening is complete with moving to our banquet. So this is, again, round number 3 out of 4 in the mare cart division. Open to the ladies and the gentlemen drivers. Our judges making their decisions on who they will see back. Sierra, if you would make your way out to the right, we will be dismissing this section. As always, ladies and gentlemen, take them all out with a nice round of applause. What a tough group of horses that we've seen so far. Our judges truly have their work cut out for them. Our 4th and final, they did tell us we have a few scratches, so it's going to be smaller than we anticipated, but still some tremendous horsepower left to come. This again, honoring our registered mare carts. If you are following through in your show program, we are currently on page 23. And our 4th and final group now making their way in. Welcome our mare carts. All right, the gates are closed. If you would, on the rail at the trot, please. Again, we are reversing. Down to the walk, please. Walk. And back into the trot. I'll trot on. And we will be lining up. Andrew, when you come around, we are going to be lining up, please. And our final entries coming into the lineup. This will be our final division of our cart class. Would you please make them feel welcome? Again, our judges have reviewed these horses working on the rails, studying their action, the movement, walking past them now, going to review these hitches, make their decision on who they will see back in for the final drive-off. Our judges now conferring on who we are going to be seeing back into the arena. Quite a feat when you have as many horses as we did, quite a group of horsepower. Again, saluting the mares in this division. But as you know, and as you see in our draft horse shows, the cart plays a vital piece of equipment at the shows. Many of our exhibitors driving in the mare cart, the youth carts, the ladies, the gentlemen, a full schedule for our cart classes. And the mare cart's always one of our top fun classes to watch as these powerful mares making their way around the arena. Our judges, again, just making their decision on who we are going to see back in. Starting with the Berkshire entry, we'll be making our way out with these entries. Give them a nice round of applause, if you would, ladies and gentlemen. Our Mare carts making their way out. This was your final division. Horses joining us from all across the U.S. and several Canadian provinces in this class. The bays, the blacks, the roans, all being exhibited throughout our cart class. And now the fun begins. Our crew working out back, going to be pulling back into the arena, those that our judges have asked to see working the rail one more time. This will be part of the working class. The judges, once they've seen them working on the rail, they will be walking past and backing each of our entries. And then we will have our final placings ready to crown on behalf of our class sponsors, JW, Mr. and Mrs. McIntyre and Van Daren Stud and Livery, with Victoria McCullough of Chesapeake Petroleum, all sponsors of our registered mare cart class. And our drive-off contenders now making their way in. We hope your favorites making their way in. On the rail at the trot. And Mr. Baird, you are going to start our reverse when you get to the corner. We are going to be reversing this hitch. And down to the walk, please. All walk. And trot on, back into the trot. And Mr. Baird, you are going to start our lineup as you come around to our ring steward. We are lining up. And give our first drive off a nice round of applause as they make their way into the lineup. They are now going to be working for our judges. Our judges reviewing these entries. Just a reminder to all of our exhibitors that Ken Seams capturing the memories and the moments here in the arena. Ken has his camp trailer set up, which is his mobile office. It is directly across the street from the Clydesdale store. The main entrance directly across the street. He has lots of blinking lights and plants set up front, and that is his mobile office. Make sure to go in there and see all of your proofs. You will notice that our judges start at the top of the horses looking down, taking into consideration all of the muscle proportioning, starting at the head, looking for a nice stylish head. In this class, looking for very feminine characteristics as well. And when they are backing these horses, looking for a nice smooth transition, the horse and the driver working together. Of great importance when judging our hitch horses is the foundation. You will see our judges spending a lot of time looking at the legs, the feet, the shoeing job, all of that part of the foundation that supports this 2,000-pound gentle giant. You will find with my announcing that I always like to add a little trivia and little facts into this. And as you look around the arena that you have these horses here in the arena, every one of these entries is a family-owned operation. We're going back to the roots, many generations to our Clydesdale families. All of those in this division, family hitches. All right, if you would, Mr. Brooks, make your way out to the right. We are going to be dismissing this section. One more group for our drive off. Our top 10 placings will be the final awards. I have to say thank you to our exhibitors and their headers. That's a long walk back and forth to the barn, so we appreciate all of your efforts getting here into the arena on time. And as soon as it's cleared outside, our next group will be coming in. Second drive off. Now making their way in. On the rail at the trot. And Mr. Wismer will be starting our reverse. Ron is going to start the reverse at the ring steward. Walk your entries, please, down to the walk. And trot on, please. Space yourselves and moving at the trot. And beginning with the Wismer entry, we are going to be lining up. Ron's going to start our lineup. We need you coming in as closely but as safely as possible, please. We're going to be bringing 14 entries back in, so we need you pulling in as closely as possible. Well, how did you enjoy round number 2 of our drive off as soon as they've now made their way into the lineup? Beautiful display of the mares. We are, as I said, going to be bringing that first group back in from the drive off. We're going to have 14 entries for our judges' review. They are going to be marking their cards, and we will place our top 10 entries on our way to crowning your world champion. If you have a favorite, don't be shy. Let's cheer them on and support our mare exhibitors. As I said, we did show our senior division of our mares today, crowning our senior mare champion. And ladies and gentlemen, your qualifying finalists now in the lineup. And our judges continuing to review that first division. The second division, I'm sorry. They're reviewing and backing our second division that came in. Just a reminder of tomorrow's activities. Starting here in the Coliseum, we will have our trail riding competition, followed by the men's pleasure single cart, and then barrel racing. Barrel racing, always a fun activity with our draft horses. If you've been to any of the rodeos or PBR and you've seen, or the NFR, and you've seen them setting record times of like 4.1, you're not going to see that with our Clydesdales. They are quite a fun activity to watch in the barrel racing, but it brings a whole new aspect to racing around a barrel. Also in the pavilion, arena number 1 is where we had our halter classes this morning. We will start with our 2-year-old class at 8 o'clock. 8 o'clock tomorrow morning, starting at 2 o'clock. As I said, we have done the senior division of our mares, and tomorrow we'll move into the junior, starting with our 2-year-old mares. Those mare classes are extremely large. Will be an outstanding showing of our younger division of the Clydesdale mares. As you know, the World Clydesdale Show is the crown jewel competition for our Clydesdale breed. And in this class, with the mares having over 40 entries in this class, a tribute to a great future for our Clydesdale horse. Again, we would like to thank our friends from across the pond, the McIntyres and Victoria McCullough, for generously sponsoring our mare cart class. And if any of our sponsors are here and you would like to help with the award presentation, you are more than welcome to let us know that you're here. We'd love to have you represent your farm and your business. Our queens are going to be making their way in. These young ladies have been with us all day working. They are 2 very outstanding Clydesdale young ladies working in our industry. We have Hannah Johnson joining us from Illinois. Hannah is our National Clydesdale Queen. She was crowned in April at our National Clydesdale Sale. She hails from Springfield, Illinois, a college girl that truly enjoys showcasing and working with her family's Clydesdales. Also, we have Kaylee. Kaylee is representing Canada. She is your Canadian Clydesdale Queen, Kaylee Lewis. She too, a young lady who has been born and raised with the Clydesdales, representing them at all parts of Canada and coming down to the U.S. to help us celebrate the Clydesdale. So thank you to these young ladies for all of their efforts today. Beautiful young ladies. And unlike the Wisconsin State Fair, we're probably not going to make them do the chicken dance too many times here. And we do understand that we are running a little off schedule and that we are going to be running into our banquet times, and we're going to make adjustments to make sure that everybody has time to get their horses ready, unharnessed, and back into the banquet area. So we'll be making some announcements on that later on, but we do acknowledge we've had tremendous classes putting us a little behind schedule, but we will make up for that, and we'll have a great banquet tonight. Good food, good fellowship, and live entertainment with our DJ Mark. It looks like the judges' decisions have been made. We will be crowning our world champion. Looks like we're going head to head with the U.S. and Canada on this one. We have provinces and states represented, and we are going to be having our world champion mare cart announced in just a moment. All right, we have input the numbers. We've hit the magic button, and let's see if it prints out. This has actually been a new wave in our draft horse judging, to have our panel judges and it all done by a computer and done so quickly. In this class, we will have reserve entries. Our reserve entries are in no particular order. If you would make your way out to your right, in reserve entry number 303, the Hastings family entry, Leah exhibiting. In reserve 549, the Baird entry, Russell exhibiting. And in reserve 621, that is TF Clydesdales with Katie. And in reserve 663, Berkshire Farms. And 10 entries left in the arena. In 10th place today is entry number 332. If you'd go out to your left, 332 is the entry of the Somewhere Hitch, joining us from California. That is the Gookin entry, Freeman doing the driving. 9th place to number 928, that is the entry of the Bain brothers, Logan doing the driving. Eighth place, going to entry number 460. That is the Robertson family. Tracy exhibiting. In seventh place, entry number 753, the McEwen family. Trevor exhibiting. In sixth place, number 468, Wismer Clydesdales. Ron on the lines. In fifth place, entry number 231, Brand AAA. That is Mr. Pat Stokes driving. Our top four entries left in the arena. Fourth place today going to number 771. That is the entry of Greg Lee Farms, Alamar Acres. Jason doing the driving. In third place, entry number 818, Willow Way Clydesdales, the Gordeco entry. Cody doing the driving. Well, we're down to the lady and the gentleman. In second place, your reserve entry today, number 624, Dustin Brooks doing the driving. Doing the driving for the Brookside entries. And ladies and gentlemen, your world champion today, entry number 591, the entry of Banga Clydesdales, Linda Banga, now capturing your world title. Joining us from Saskatchewan, the Canadians took the gold in the Mare cart. Our black Clydesdale mare making her way around. Our queens, Hannah and Kaylee, going to be making the presentation. Getting ready for our picture op as Linda makes her way in front of the back of the stop, pinning that first place blue ribbon award on your winning entry. As I said, ladies and gentlemen, your world championship today in the mare cart going home to Canada, representing the province of Saskatchewan. That is the entry of Banga Clydesdales with Linda, your winning driver. Congratulations, and as she makes her way around, give her a blue ribbon applause on her victory pass. Congratulations in your registered mare cart class. Congratulations. Next into the arena, ladies and gentlemen, you are going to see a very fun class. This is the open tandem class. Years and years ago when we had the big show in Ocala, Florida, this was kind of a new class that